Hey YouTube, Steve here in Davos, Switzerland for the World Economic Forum, where YouTube is running the Davos Debates in partnership with the World Economic Forum. Basically, we're asking all the world leaders assembled here to answer 4 key questions on politics, the economy, the environment, and ethics. And we're also showing them videos that you submitted online for them to respond to over at the Congress Center, which is where all the world leaders who are assembled here gather to discuss the future of the global economy. Alright, so we're inside the Congress Center, and we're coming up here on the YouTube booth titled the Davos Debates. Let's see if we can get somebody to tell us how this works. Pablo!
Oh, hi.
This is Pablo Camacho, our citizen reporter. He won a golden ticket to Davos on the Davos Debates YouTube channel.
Golden ticket.
Golden ticket, that's what we're calling it. Pablo, tell people on YouTube how this whole thing works right here.
What we have to do is we catch people as they're, passing through, and we tell them, do you want to participate on the Davos debates? And that, of course, means trying to answer the questions that are posted there on economy, ethics, politics, and the environment.
Pablo, a week ago you were just hanging out in Colombia doing what you do every day, and now you're in Davos. How does it feel to be at the World Economic Forum?
Well, yeah, it's insane. I think my mind is already, it's still on Colombia, and only my body is here, because they threw me in here, and I'm still, trying to understand what happened.
Jeff, what's the most interesting thing you've seen at the Davos debates?
Of course, Steve Grove is the most interesting thing.
Okay, but what's the second most interesting thing you've seen?
The most interesting thing is there's not a lot, we've discovered that one thing is there's a lot of people from China and India, and you kind of almost feel like there's a degree of power shift. There's not a lot of U.S. CEOs around here, recognizable CEO and U.S. brand companies. And it has a really weird feel, a lot more government here than usual, and not a lot of women.
Ed Sanders.
Steve Grove.
Why is YouTube doing the Davos debates?
Well, I think it's something that's really important for the platform. We've seen over the last couple of years, starting with the Davos debates, the US elections, the work we did with Queen Rania of Jordan, the Queen of England, now the Pope. YouTube is a place for real democratisation and to give people access to, give the YouTube community access to people they otherwise wouldn't be able to get access to, and to give them a voice, which is really important. So for us, the partnership with the World Economic Forum is a crucial one, and we really believe that we can make a difference by letting our users interact virtually through the platform with world leaders, influencers, policymakers and CEOs to really make a difference.